Cowabunga dudes and dudettes, this is Anthony, aka Batbomb82, and today I'll be doing a review of the PowerCon exclusive Leo Faker and Dupli-Cat 2-pack. Now as you can see, this set comes in a brown shipper box with really cool artwork of both characters. And turning the shipper around, we can see even more really cool pencil work of that awesome art. Removing them from the shipper, we can see that both figures are showcased in that large-scale Origins window box packaging, with more of that artwork at the top. Turning the box around, we can see a full image of that gorgeous artwork, this time being in full color and high definition. And I love seeing Faker fighting that Flying Fist He-Man with a couple little Easter eggs thrown in the image. So with the box out of the way, let's go ahead and crack these things open and let them breathe. Let's take a closer look at this PowerCon exclusive 2-pack. And man, I know this has been out for a while now. I know a lot of people have already reviewed this, but I wanted to review this specifically because, as a lot of you may know, I am a giant Faker fan. He is my favorite Motu character. And this is a set that I missed out on when the pre-sales went up for the con, and then they went out. I couldn't get them on time on Big Pad Toy Store, and it was just been a headache with these exclusives. Then the shipping delays have been nuts. Luckily, I found a guy on Facebook who hooked me up with this set for an amazing deal without paying those crazy scalper deals and things like that. So I was so happy, and I'm so stoked that I finally have this PowerCon exclusive Leo, Dupli-Cat set. Oh man, this is one that I really know I needed in my collection. I was going to be so sad if I couldn't get it, but he's here, and I love him. So as you can see, he is your standard Faker figure, which looks really, really good. Of course, the big difference being is that he has that green around the eyebrows, which is always really, really weird. And he has like that weird black around the eyes and the red eyes themselves, which looks nuts. But I love the fact that he has like the orange skirt piece that Skeletor wears, not just the Skeletor armor, which I do love. The paint looks really nice for the most part. The black and the purple look really good. I notice I do have like little scuffs here and there that I'm pretty sure I could just take off. And that seems to be fairly common with a lot of these Origins figures, so it doesn't really surprise me all that much. I do just wish it were a little cleaner, but again, I'm pretty sure I can clean that up myself. So just real quick, gonna bring this in right here. Here's the standard release one right here. You can tell the hair color is completely different. This one has a more brighter color to it. This one has a more deeper orange, like a darker orange. The armor is of course the same. This original one doesn't have the skirt piece right here, but then of course the face paint is going to be different as well. And you can see how just wildly different that is with that black, green, and red on the eyes. Just looks wild, man. But I am so freaking happy about this. I love him so much. So with Faker here, we actually do get two accessories. We of course get his orange power sword, which I do love. I actually really love the style of the Origins power sword. I think it looks really good, so I dig that a lot. But what also makes this figure particularly special, he comes with an orange version of the Havoc staff, man. I love that so much. That always really made him stand out as something special. That Leo Faker is just such a cool looking piece with those added things of like the orange Havoc staff and the orange skirt piece and that face paint, which is just really weird, but I love it, man. That is super freaking cool. All right, now let's check out Dupli-Cat. This is something that I've been wanting since I was a kid, honestly. I always thought Faker deserved his own mount, you know what I mean? Since He-Man and Skeletor had their own, and Faker was just kind of an amalgamation of both those characters, I was like, why doesn't he get a cat? And I know I did a custom way back when I think classics first started coming out. I made a Faker cat and all that, and I don't know, there's been so many other customs out there, but we finally have an official one, and I think this is really cool. I love the fact, and this is something I didn't expect here, The orange saddle armor is actually a metallic orange, which looks really cool. That looks so good in the lights. I did not expect it to be a metallic orange. Also didn't expect the blue here. The blue is very deep and vibrant. Like if I bring in the Faker here, you'll see the different types of blues used. And I really dig this more like deep true blue, almost a tealish color to it. Looks really good. He does have like these yellowish green tiger stripes on here, which look okay. I don't hate them. Me personally, I would have preferred purple tiger stripes just to, tie it together with Faker here more, since he has like the purple trunks and purple boots. I think the purple tiger stripes would have been a lot better choice. That's just my opinion, but I still think this does look really good. What I also do really enjoy is that head sculpt, man. So we get an entirely new head sculpt right there. I thought this was just going to originally be painted, but as it sculpted, you got to see some circuitry type of thing, some panel lining, the silver and the red eyes in the center. So I don't know if he shoots lasers. I think that'd be really cool. You got a little metal panel up here. You can actually open up the jaw like that and see all that silver in the mouth. I think that looks awesome, man. So such a cool looking character. With him in particular, though, we do get some accessories in the form of these really cool claws. I think these are awesome. So these will just like snap fit over the front legs right here, the front paws, whatever you want to call them, like that, and boom. That is awesome, man. I love the fact that they gave him these like robotic type of gnarly claws to add to him, to make him stand out just a little more from, Battle Cat and Panther. But I think those came out rad. And since this is the same mold, you can pose them, put them on things like Panther if you wanted to, or paint them up and match them up with a Battle Cat if you want. Can have a little bit of a 2000X vibe if you want to. But I think that looks so cool, man. Take this Leo Faker on here and post him on that mount. Probably set him up a little better than this, but that is a fantastic set. I could not be happier with how this turned out. I am so stoked about this. Hopefully at some point we do get a retail release, but I'm loving this again. So happy I have him in the collection. He is a fantastic Faker and Dupli-Cat. Okay, so for those of you that may be unfamiliar with these types of figures, they do have pretty simple articulation. The heads are on ball joints. You can roll them around left and right, up and down, pivot side to side. Arms can go full 360, up and out. It can rotate like so. You get rotation at the elbow as well as single bend at the elbow, rotation at the wrist as well as a hinge at the wrist. We do get a cut at the waist here, so you can turn left and right. Hips can kick forward, back, splits out about that far. You can kind of roll them around in there. Single bend at the knee as well as rotation at the knee, rotation at the boot. Ankles could go up, down, and a really sweet ankle rocker. So pretty cool. It's a very pretty much across the board with the Origins line. And then same thing with Dupli-Cat here. You got a tail that can hinge up and down. It can swivel right there. The head goes up and down at the neck. The head itself is individually ball jointed, so you can kind of get a lot of good motion in that as well, and kind of like rotate. The jaw does open like so, the lower jaw like that. The legs, front legs can kick forward, back, forth like so. Can kind of rotate at the, I guess, elbow here. We also do get a joint at the bend, like the elbow like that. Same thing with the hind legs, can kick forward and backwards. They can kind of kick out a little bit at the hip. Single bend at that, I guess, assuming knee. I don't know what to call that as appendages. And then cut like that, and actual rotate as well. One thing I will say about the cats, man, I really wish there was ankle articulation. That would really, really help with these figures, man. Because they almost have to be stuck in certain positions, but I do wish they had ankle articulation, but still very cool. I love both of these pieces. Just finally having another, I guess, a Leo Faker. I don't know if I'll ever own the official Leo Faker. That is one of my top 3 holy grails of action figure collecting, just to have an actual official Leo Faker, but having him in the Origins lines is so awesome. I could not be happier. Now he has an official cat, a mount, something I've wanted since I was a little kid. I hope we get the pink armor Faker. I hope we get battle armor Faker. I want a Faker army because he's my favorite Motu character. I love this set, and I hope you guys can pick him up for not a ridiculous price. He's totally awesome, and he's just gonna go great in my collection. So for a quick size comparison, Here he is sitting next to a Marvel Legends Deadpool and NECA Batman figure. Also for comparison, here he is standing next to an Origins Skeletor and He-Man. And for even more comparison, here he is standing next to the standard release Origins Faker and Masters of the WWE Universe Cena Faker. And I get it, you can't see him, don't even bother with that in the comments. And for your cat comparison, here is Dupli-Cat standing next to Battle Cat and Panther. And just for fun, here they are with little Lego Bat Bomb. So there it is, guys, my review of the PowerCon exclusive Leo Faker and Dupli-Cat 2-pack. Now, man, this is such a fun set for me. I have been having a blast with this ever since I got it in. The colors are so beautiful and vibrant. That's something I've always enjoyed with Motu, especially with Dupli-Cat here. I love the metallic orange saddle, and that really bright blue of his fur is incredible, and the awesome silver they use here is fantastic. I love the extra sculpt on his head. I love the new addition of those robotic claws. Those are really rad. And man, I love Leo Faker with that really awkward paint, the orange Havoc staff. This set is just incredible. I am so stoked to have him. I absolutely love this character. I love the fact that he finally has a cat, and I'm so happy to add him to my Motu shelf. So be excellent to each other, and stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.